Why did I go K series? I don't know. No, I'm lying. I've been with Honda for so long. I've been through so many different engine types, and the K just seemed to offer all the things that I really wanted out of a car. And not just any K, a K24 specifically. I mean, most people, we all started with like a single cam, you know, either VTEC, non-VTEC, it doesn't really matter. I've been through my B series engines, B16s, B18 LS, you know, B20 swaps, H22s, like, I've been around, I've ridden in everything, I've felt everything, you know, from all motor to turbo, the built ones, bolt-on setups. And there's always something missing with most of the other engines. And with the K, a K24, that was really everything that I wanted. After having some native K cars, you know, RSX and F85, those felt a lot more powerful, felt a lot better, but I mean, they're in some tanks, you know, those cars are just super heavy. So it never really feels right, it doesn't perform the way it should. And then all the older cars, with your B swaps in them, you know, H swaps and turbos and all that, it always felt underpowered, like you just had to rev the crap out of it to get anything out of those cars. Especially when I had like a nice B16 swap. I remember getting that from H Motors, and I was pretty happy with that swap for the most part. But the thing that really got under my skin was the fact of having to rev to do anything with that car. To enjoy the car a little bit, you gotta bring that thing all the way up to 5,000, 6,000 RPM before it even wants to move. And that was something that I really didn't like so much. I mean, I'm a fan of all types of cars, foreign and domestic. So I guess that's kind of my domestic side in me. Just wanting to have that power to where I can just get on it and it moves, it just goes. And with the K, it offered me that opportunity to be able to just hit the gas and just take off. The 6th Gen Civic is the first Honda Civic I ever had. I actually had a 99 EX, and then once I picked this thing up, or my red hatch, I was finally back in the 6th Gen again. I just really wanted to go all out with it, because I was young at the time when I had my other car, so I did a lot of really stupid things to it that I wasn't proud of, I wasn't happy with. So this time I wanted to at least get the engine platform right, the way that I really wanted it. So it just had to be a K. I was really considering doing a B16B swap, just for the sake of owning a Type R engine. But I just knew that it wasn't gonna be exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to have to rev it all the time just to get this car moving. And then after doing a lot of research on K20A and seeing everybody that did have a K swap or started with a K20, most people always upgraded to a K24 block at some point in time. So I figured I should just skip that step. Let's go straight to a K24. I originally grabbed a TSX K24 from H Motors, and the plan was to just keep that a bolt-on engine and just roll with it, because this was 100% my daily driven car with the K in it and everything. So I really didn't want to do anything extreme or anything near how my engine is now. Really wasn't planning for anything like this. This kind of just sort of happened over time. So rolling with the K24, straight bolt-on, gave me everything that I really wanted, you know, enough torque to just hit it in any gear, the car just takes off, enough power on the top end to have some fun in it. It'll be reliable because it's just a bolt-on engine from the factory, and I mean, what Honda engine doesn't last 1,000,000 miles from the factory with maintenance? I know a lot of people ask me about if I regret doing it this way or doing the K swap or anything, because it does get expensive, but I definitely don't at all, because I mean, the car is exactly what I wanted it to be. I mean, if I didn't set out to do this K swap like that, then yeah, I could see it just really eating at me over time and making me upset, but this is everything I wanted this car to be. When the end result is exactly what you planned for, I mean, it's worth every penny. I can walk out here and look at this thing and I'm happy with it because this is what I wanted. I mean, like, yeah, you can get the same kind of performance and power out of a B swap or spend less money on it or whatever, but at the end of the day, it takes a lot more effort out of that engine to get the same kind of performance. I mean, yeah, I could make one just equally as fast, but it's gonna be a high-strung motor, it's gonna be on boost, it's gonna be on high-end fuels, things like that. It's just gonna take a lot more to get what I can get out of a basic K swap. So in the end, I think it's worth the money to just do it this simple way and just go with the K and roll that way. I mean, even if I did like a H2B, you know, the poor man's K swap or whatever, it still takes a lot more effort just to get the same thing you can get from a stock K24. Those are just things to keep in consideration. I don't have anything against older B series or H motors or even single cams, man. I love all Honda engines. If you're a true Honda head, I mean, you like any engine or you can appreciate any other engine out there. But the K series, K24, that was really meant for me. And it's one of those things, like, it took me a couple years just to get the car running. But as soon as I had the K in, I mean, ever since the first drive, I was totally happy with the car. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. There's times where I did like my B swaps and I was happy that I had my car on the road, but in the back of my mind, I was always wanting more power out of it. I wanted it to perform a little bit better. I always wanted to fix this and that. I just always wanted more. It always left me hanging with something. And with the K24, it got rid of all that. I was happy with the way it is. And that's what I really wanted out of the car. If I'm gonna spend all that time and money to try to modify a car, it needs to be exactly the way that I want it. That's why I chose the K24. I mean, a K-swap might not be for everybody, but it is for me.